Alright, this is a short video about Thai people. Do I think they're racist against blacks? And by Thai, I mean Thailand, the country, Southeast Asia. I was in Thailand for a couple of months recently in 2017. I was in Bangkok for 1 month. I was in a place called Pattaya, well-known walking street. And those who know Thailand know kind of what that's about, a beachfront and all that. I was there for a month. And I left the United States, Dallas, Texas, on Korean Airlines, going towards Seoul, Korea. Long flight on the ground in Seoul for about 3 or 4 hours, and from Seoul, Korea to Bangkok, Thailand. And I must say, the flight was nice. I was treated very well, very respectful. And to be honest, I didn't get what I considered one racist slight that I could detect from the time I left Dallas, Texas, until the time I came back 2 months later through O'Hare International Airport in Chicago. And as a matter of fact, because I'm a vegetarian, I had ordered special meals. You can do that when you book your flight. And the waitresses, I can't remember if it was going to come. I mean, they bent over backwards, going out of their way to check with me on the meals, to make sure they had the stuff that I wanted. Served me before they served anybody else on the plane because I had a special meal. It was vegetarian, just didn't have any meat. But they were so kind and they went out of their way coming back and forth, double and triple checking that I was really surprised actually. So that was my first experience. Now when I get on the ground in Thailand, I didn't get anything negative, nothing, the only thing that I could have said that might have been a little racist, and I'm not sure because I really don't know, it was a subtle thing. I was waiting on the bus in Pattaya, and several of them just kept going past me by, and they didn't look like they were filled. They just pickup trucks with people just climb on the back. That's what they call a bus. It's nice though, and it's clean, it's convenient, and it's cheap. And several times they just kept going. So I'm standing here by myself. I don't know if it was because I'm black. Is that why they passing me up? You think like that when you get conditioned to certain things in society. But I also saw them pass other people up at different times too. And I'm thinking it's different in Bangkok and Thailand versus Ghana. In Ghana, it's a capitalism on steroids. Everybody's in business for themselves. And the drivers are hustling. They're trying to get all the passengers that they can get. And they ain't gonna hardly pass you up unless they're not going where you're going. In Thailand, I think these people work for the transportation company, and I don't think it's based on how many people ride, and so maybe they had a different incentive. Other than that, I was treated very well. Most people didn't speak English, so I couldn't have good conversation like I can in Ghana. In Ghana, everybody speaks English for the most part. Thailand, few speak English. More in Pattaya than Bangkok in my personal experience. But just to give you an idea, people in the hotels, the taxi drivers, the motorbike operators, people in the restaurants that I came in contact with, all of them were very nice. Got these glasses that I'm sporting made in Thailand. And the lady that owns the place, her grandfather started a business right at the foot of Chinatown. And she was so nice and welcoming and warm and hospitable, That was my reaction. And her sister, when I came back a few days later, same way. Such a wonderful, open, warm, helpful personalities towards me, that I really appreciated it. A lady stopped me. I was in Bangkok. I'm walking towards the metro station to catch the train, subway. Lady pulls up and stops by the curb on a motorbike. She turns around looking at me. I'm not sure. I don't know if she waved or motioned or something. I wasn't sure if she was talking about me or somebody else. When I got up close to her, she offered to give me a ride. So I climbed on the back of her motorbike. And she's not in business. A lot of them in business with motorbikes in Thailand. She wasn't in business. She just offered me a ride to the metro station. I don't think she could speak much English. I couldn't speak any Thai. We tried and it didn't work. And so, could have been she's a working girl. I don't know. But, it may have just been she was being nice and helpful. But these are some of the experiences. I was in another area in Bangkok, walking down the street just looking and trying to familiarize myself with the surroundings. And stopped and talked to a lady. And she gave me her phone number. She's about my age. She's married. Gave me a phone number. Told me she lived in the area. And if I needed anything, I could call her. I thought that was so hospitable and nice, and didn't have to do that. And I didn't call her, but I could have. Had I stayed long enough, I probably would have, just to develop a relationship, chit chat. So, you know, those are kind of some of the experiences I had. I was eating at a restaurant in the area I stayed in Pattaya. I ate there several times. Lady, and I think it was her husband, although I didn't know it at first. You know, and the lady was just as nice. She speaks good English, and she lived overseas in the Western world for a year or two. I'm not sure if her husband was there or not, but she was just very friendly, very nice, very hospitable. Another restaurant I would go to, same thing. Anytime I could talk to people and they could speak in English, whether they're men or women, I just got warm receptions. I didn't get anything. In fact, as a matter of fact, I go to Ghana a lot, and they treated me just as well, the people that I come in contact with in Thailand, as they treat me in Ghana. I didn't expect it. I always thought, you know, a little racist thing, and I'm not saying that they're not, you know, that nobody is, but I'm just saying that I didn't detect it, you know, and if it was uh, pointed towards me, it was subtle. It wasn't obvious like it can be in the U.S. You know people don't like you, don't want you in their environment, don't want you around sometimes. They let you know. They don't have to say it, but it's how they act. Look at you and grab your bags and all that kind of stuff. I didn't get any of that in Thailand, and I was pleasantly surprised because I thought for years that the Thai people, the Asians, were racist against blacks, and you can look at me and maybe you say, well, because he's a light-skinned black, I don't know, but I know people don't like black, they don't like black, whether you light, black, or in between. So anyway, that was my experience. The flight attendants on the plane were so nice, the people in the hotels, the restaurants, the taxi operators, and just people in general. So Thai people were wonderful. I enjoyed it. I didn't get any of that negative, hostile, you know, nobody grabbing their bags and feeling uncomfortable from my presence. And like I said, it could have been, maybe they didn't all like me, I don't know, you know, but if it was some racist stuff, it was subtle. It wasn't obvious, you know, like it can be. So that's my take on Thai. I kept a journal, and I may write a book about it, a little travel journal. In the meantime, I do have a couple of books. Rolling with the Hot Sauce by me, Walter Ray, and the other one, Cape Coast, Coming Home Through the Door of No Return, also by me, Walter Ray. Cape Coast, Coming Home Through the Door of No Return is my first trip to Ghana. It gives you good insight into the culture, the people, the food, the welcome that we receive, and the whole thing. Rolling with the Hot Sauce, fictional crime syndicate operating on the east side of Kansas City. I recommend both. They're both on Amazon.com and available. So until next time, I'll be coming back again soon with another video. Peace out.